a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top,
I'm always flirting with pain, she like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me. But they hate from inside, you see, hate themselves in society. So I let them speak quietly while my actions speak wider. See, they be hiding in privacy with the screen, oh the irony. To hate someone who's trying to be whatever they would like to be. We all feel the anxiety, we make our own rivalries. Yo, so where is all the positivity? I feel like we all just hate on everything, it's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never. And turn your mind into the truest of go-getters.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Podnas show with three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, having weekly conversations that you can join in on. As always, I'm 1/3 of the Podnas. It's your boy Tiz, and I'm along with.
Add another third, and that would be me. It's the Padawan here, and along with.
What's happening, motherfucker? This fake. What's happening?
And we up in this bitch. And we up in this bitch.
Yo.
Yeah. What's happening, bros? How y'all feeling this week?
Wonderful Friday.
Hey,
night. Chilling.
Same old.
Well, lately, same old has been pretty good, so we're gonna take same old.
Same old is always good sometimes.
Yes, it has. My recent developments are kind of going to get discussed later on this evening as we go into our topics for the evening and everything. But it's definitely been an interesting week for myself. Very good, but very interesting. So we'll get into it more a little later. But how you doing, Pat? How's your week going?
It's good. We down to the end of the week, which is the weekend, which is really kind of like the busiest part of my week, pretty much. Right. But I'm good, man. I'm all around good. There's nothing really to complain about. I mean, you got your normal things, that your everyday struggles, your bills and shit like that you always go through or whatever. But I'm not really stressing, not overthinking. Just I fucked up one time. I corrected myself. I'm gonna correct it, and that's the one gripe I have for this week. But yeah.
Okay, self-correction is a
Mhm.
definite I look at that as a positive. The fact that you were able
Mhm.
to figure it out and find out the solution instead of just sitting in the problem. I think that is a huge thing. So good stuff
Mhm.
on that. Yeah. How you doing this week, Faith? I'm gonna tell you the weird
Oh,
part. I I live with Pat, but I actually did have to get that check in because we don't see each other as much as you would think being roommate. So it's very different. But yeah, how you doing this week, Faith?
oh,
We
I can't
definitely ain't seen
complain.
you. Oh, come
I
on.
can't complain. I went to the gun show and got me 2 new guns. So I'm definitely happy.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Whenever a man buys new toys, it's always a good thing.
Oh yeah, got me a new 12 gauge and got me a new P17 22 long rifle. I'm good to go there.
There you go. So we're probably gonna get some stories of him shooting some random animal in his yard at some point in the near future.
Oh
So
yeah,
just be prepared for that.
damn
Um,
right.
Mhm.
there also may be a story about his wife fussing at him for shooting the damn animals. But you can
Yeah,
guarantee a dead
damn right.
animal is coming up in the near future because he just got 2 new toys. So you can guarantee something gonna be dead soon.
Oh yeah, when I go
Probably,
shoot in the backyard, I'm gonna get some footage of that shit too.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure
all right. Fire them off, my
probably
guy.
it'll be a bird or a deer. Probably,
Again, we
Oh,
are a Second Amendment friendly podcast. We are very
you
much
know it,
into
damn
the
it.
firearms, but
NRA all day,
responsible
damn it.
firearms. Responsible. We're not into just wilding out. We're not necessarily, we ain't looking to have a bunch of crazy shit that we don't need because we ain't in a war. But we do believe
Mm-mm.
in having something to arm yourself and just in case the grid ever just drops,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna need something to be able to eat. This
And I
ain't
live
got
in
nothing to do.
animal country, so shit.
Exactly. So and this ain't got nothing to do with our just random banter or nothing, but I will say that one thing I do want to impose on the audience is if you are a black person, please learn to shoot, learn to fish, learn to sew, learn to cook, learn to make a fire without any electronic devices, including lighters, and learn to just learn to do those basic things that allow you to have longevity. Because if anything ever goes down, we are going to be the first people and the minority in the groups of people that know how to do these things. So one of the fears I have is that us black people, we often shy away from outdoors. I don't know whether it's the heat, the bugs, the hair, the what, but I really want to see our people get more into like gardening and fishing and like these outdoor things that like if everything fuck up, you can still survive and live to tomorrow. You know what I mean? Um,
Damn right.
yeah, and
Damn right.
I've been watching The Last of Us, and one of the biggest things is like if the zombie apocalypse ever hit, you damn sure better know how to feed yourself, clothe yourself, keep yourself up, and do basic first aid like tourniquets, bandage. Like I want to see and I feel like black people in general are just kind of behind on this thing. I don't know whether what the cultural. I don't know whether it's because we weren't allowed to do these things at one point, whether we just it's a fear or it's an uncomfortability because we don't grow up. You usually grow up in urban settings, but it can't just be the country ones of us that can do these things. It got to be some. We need everybody to be able to do it because I feel like we're gonna get to that point soon, especially with the way the world is going lately.
Yeah, shit going crazy. Crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Crazy as hell. Crazy is a very operative word. Yes, sir. Crazy is a good way to
Motherfucker.
describe the world right now.
So as you turn
Mhm.
around, there's always some new shit popping off for no goddamn reason. And ain't nobody got an excuse or no sensibilities behind nothing going on. So only thing you can't stop shit is ass. Motherfucker crazy.
Correct. Correct. And that actually leads us into our first topic. I won't say crazy, but it is in the mental realm.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So this week, I really immersed myself in a lot of mental health shit. Those who are not aware, I work in the mental health sector of healthcare. I'm not going to get too specific on what I do, but I work very, very closely with mental health patients on a daily basis. Um, I'm the closest you can get with the patient. Um, so as I've seen in the news, there's a lot of stuff going on with mental health. not only rules and regulations, but there's a lot of deaths going on, mishandling of cases, mishandling of incidents and situations. So this week I thought I'd bring three topics, um, well, three incidents, I should say, and two incidents, and the last one is just a topic, just for us to expound on a little bit. So the first one I'm going to cover is it was a recent bus stabbing in Las Vegas, I believe. Um, Now they have the videotape and the footage of it from the bus security camera.
When
Now,
you
just
say
to give you
bus, you mean
city bus.
like the city bus? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
city bus. This was conspired between the 30-year-old and I believe the other guy was 55, somewhere over there, where he was on his AARP age. Now we don't have any real information on what the argument was that led to the stabbing, but the video shows the older man taking out a big Bowie knife, like we've all seen Pat have, and he stabbed this man 33 times.
I got
Um,
damn. You know,
he
okay,
stabbed him. The
okay.
young man got up.
Hold on. What?
Go ahead.
Stop. Hold on.
33
And this
times.
nigga had a Bowie knife, like Pat
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
and he stabbed him how many times?
33. He initially stabbed him.
Sir, a Bowie
I
knife
say
is like
he,
this damn
he,
big. It's like your hand. One time does it. What the fuck is the
oh
extra
no.
32 for?
Now let me get into it.
I heard.
Now the first stabbing, they were sitting side by side. The young man got up and ran to the bus driver to plead for him to let him off the bus, to stop the bus. The bus driver did not do that. The old man got back up after the young man fell on the floor, went to the young man and began to stab him again. Um, It took the bus driver 5 minutes to come to a stop or come to a place where he could stop the bus safely and securely. Digging into that further, is there a policy to protect the bus? Um, the bus driver was inquisitioning and asked about this situation, and they asked, "Is it policy to physically intervene in a stabbing or something like that?" The bus driver actually said, "I don't know, but I know the policy is for me to stay safe enough for me to operate the bus and to operate it correctly to protect the passengers." Going further into it, if the bus doors were open in traffic where he was at, the bus can't move because while the bus doors are open, the bus cannot move. He was in. He was not in the right lane. He was, I believe, he was in the far left lane. So we had to get through traffic to get to a point where he could stop. At that 5 minute point, it took 7 minutes to get aid to the young man. Unfortunately, the young man did pass away. Further into that same story, the 55-year-old man, his name is failing me right now, but he did an extended amount of time in jail for, I believe it was attempted murder. 3 days before this incident, he pulled the same knife on a family on the city bus. He was arrested while in jail. They ran a psych test on him while he was in jail. The psych test that was ran on him was not an adequate one because he scored a very low score on that. That low score indicated that he was not prone to any other violent outbursts. They posted a $3,000 bail for him. He paid that bail. 2 days later, he got on that bus and stabbed that 30-year-old man to death. He is now currently in jail.
Okay, so I have so many questions.
Yes, let's come on.
Where the hell were the okay, I know the bus driver, he got a policy, he got to protect the bus and make sure he can get to a safe place. I got all that. Where the fuck was everybody else on the bus? Were they on the bus by themselves? Like, so you mean to tell me people watched this man stab this man 30 some time and just
Yeah, the video on YouTube. Yeah, because at the end of the day, just on common every day, we riding the bus. Some shit like happened like that. How many people you just seen the veracity of this man stab this 30-year-old man? Are you willing to risk your life for somebody you don't know?
Yeah, I'm nuts.
You want to you want to.
I'm putting. I'm either gonna knock that nigga the fuck out, or I'm putting him in a lock where he ain't about to stab shit else. Like
Or
his
you
arm
gonna
ain't gonna be able to
attempt
cut me.
to.
Well, I'm looking at it like this is my thought, and this is just my experience. Usually, when somebody is in a rage mode where they are focused in on a target, unfortunately, that's usually their blindest moment to other attacks because they're so focused on this motherfucker that they can't see what's going on. So if I'm in the back of the bus and I'm seeing this, I'm calmly just walking up and I'm gripping this nigga while he's in mid. Like when he draw that arm back, Oh, I got that motherfucker. That ain't doing
Wow.
nothing else.
Watch the
So,
video.
like,
You wouldn't have had no chance to grab him because he sat back down. It was no continuous stabbing. He stabbed him sitting beside him. He let him go. He went sat back in his seat, got up, stabbed his ass again, sat back down. So anybody approaching him, they would have been prone to the same attack because he's always in a ready position. It was not like he was constantly like 33 stab. It wasn't consecutive 33. It was hit. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna let you do what you need to do. Then I'm gonna come back at you again.
Now this is where my next piece come in. I live in Georgia. I believe if I had pulled my firearm and shot this man in the kneecaps and arms,
oh yeah, damn right.
I would have been well within my right as protecting another person, and I would have used non-lethal force. So
damn right.
I'm just saying, just
but
being in Georgia and knowing the amount of people that should have been on that bus, I'm just surprised more than anything, I guess, that nobody did anything.
I'm not, because we live in America, and in the day and age we now, more people are observers instead of action, because we live in the age of camera phone. Everybody wants to view it. Nobody wants to put action in. No one wants to be that person. I'm got to do this. I got it in me to do it. Majority of the masses now are just camera phone people or cameras, or I want to watch. I want to see what's going on. To be the sensationalist to go on and spread that. But to go back to the further mental state. When you see this man, I've been in the mental, just to give you a background, give y'all a background on my mental health experience. I've been immersed in this field for the past 22 years on and off. I've taught special ed for 7 years. I've worked in at youth with nothing but at risk youth in the middle and high school levels for 8 years. I deal with mental health on a personal level, dealing with people on my day-to-day basis just outside of work. So I got it all around me. So I'm seeing it on an inside view and an outside view when I'm looking at all these situations we're going to speak about. Now, when I saw this man in his court appearance and on the bus on the two different videos, it was something different in him. His mannerisms, his movements is something different. Just me from being from my expert, not even expertise, but my knowledge, it looked like he was off his medication. Now, we don't have no reports of he being on medication. We have no reports of that, of nothing. But from what it looks like, it looked like he had a break 4 days ago. He hadn't had no break in 20 years. He had some type of break, psychotic break, and it is what it is. Now, many people don't know too much about schizophrenia, but each schizophrenic case it's like a snowflake. Each one's gonna be different.
Yeah.
Each one is different. Now, just to break down what schizophrenia is for a lot of people who don't know, schizo means split, phren means mind. Schizophrenia, split mind. So somebody with schizophrenia may look at you and you know you're a person. You know they're a person.
Completely different. They might see
they see you as a thought. No, they may see you as a thought. And that thought may be trying to hurt them. You may not be trying to hurt them, but they see that as, and they're going to attack to try to protect themselves, because their reality
smiling
is
at them, but they see it as a sinister smile, like you're
exactly. They can see it.
Good morning.
They might not even see your face. They may see something totally different on your head, and just go off that. And it's and with breaks, it's
that's
no.
what I mean about seeing you as an ear corn, because they got type of hallucinations depending on it could be auditory, it could be visual, it could be
exactly
thought type pattern. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my mom used to work in Central State, so I'm kind of familiar with a lot of those mental health like things. And then when you have a psychotic break yourself, you kind of start studying.
Mm-hmm. Oh
I'm a little familiar.
Now with this man, whatever meds he was on, now just from my knowledge, I believe he was on long acting meds, but
Like
a lot of long acting. Yeah. Now, a lot of these medications have side effects that are not aesthetically pleasing to patients. Some give you constant constipation, some give you erectile dysfunction. So you have people who actually need the medicine, but being it's inhibited them on a minute level, they refuse to take the medicine, and then they go into their breaks, and then it takes a while for them to do whatever they need to do, or somebody to intervene to get the medicine back in. That leads me to the next one. This hits home. This is in Virginia, Central State. Not too long ago, within the past 2 weeks, we had another death of a patient at Central State. Just to give you some brief background on that. I'm going to try to pronounce this young man's name. I know I'm going to mess up. So here we go. The patient's name was Ervo Antio. I'm gonna say it like that. I might be doing a pat right now, messing up a name, but hey,
Herbal Antioch.
Ervo something, whatever.
Ervo, like
Mhm.
HERVO.
No, IRVO.
Oh,
Irvo,
that's
yeah,
different.
IRVO.
Herb.
Um,
Hella different.
Oh,
so
Herbal
from
sounds
what
nice.
I put together from this story, young man had a was in a mental crisis. And as we all know, when police are called, the police are not adequately trained. Um, so the police went to his house and they attempted in their way to de-escalate the situation. Initially, we're going to give him back control into his mother's hands because it had seemed that at some point he was going to calm down. Whatever transpired from then, he ended up going to a small community hospital. Now, while in community hospital, something transpired there that ended up leading him to go into a county jail for a few days, and then he was transferred to Central State. Now, this whole process, these transfers, these pickups, is when the mess up starts. Okay, once he was picked up, once his family said he was okay, the police should have withdrew because the situation was de-escalated to a certain point where the family believed they could handle the situation because they knew whatever they knew. And in a situation where a family member is very close or where has close ties to the mentally ill and they know their symptoms, they know their cycles, once the family lets you know they're at a level where we can control them, it's best for the police to back off. But in this situation, it did not happen. So we don't know if he was given medication at the hospital. His parents don't even know right now. We have to wait for other reports to come out and see what he was given. He was taken to jail for the charges of battery on a police officer and destruction of hospital property. That's a normal thing when dealing with psych patients who are having a psychotic break, who are in situations they're not comfortable in, and they may be feeling, maybe reliving trauma or being maybe feeling to be extra anxious at that time. And that point in the hospital, that's when a trauma team should have intervened. They should have called a certain code so the police could get out of the way and actual hospital workers who are trained for this could go and do what they needed to do. That did not happen.
I
So he was
mean,
charged.
mm,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think all right. So it's a lot of different angles I feel here because for one, I grew up. So my mom was a very prominent member of Central State's mental health team for the majority of my childhood going into my adulthood. Um, so I definitely spent a lot of time around, you know, people who were diagnosed with these conditions, such as schizophrenia, all the way to autism to, like pretty much any mental health disorder you could have, even the criminally insane. I was around it as a young age, being with my mom. So I definitely know that like there is a level of empathy that you got to have with a lot of them because a lot of them are
can't help
it's a
it.
lot. Yeah, it's a lot that's there, and they're often failed by the system. So it's like there's a level of empathy, and I feel like that's where Face comes from because he's close to a lot of these situations where like he gets to know the background where the people in the media or the people responding to the situation don't
Mhm.
have that information. You see what I'm saying? So I definitely empathize with that piece. But then I also come from a place of like a civilian, a parent, a person that's just walking around in the streets, right? And I feel like the biggest issue in all of this, in the first two, at least these first two topics that Faces kind of expressed, I feel like the biggest issue is like a systematic failure.
Mhm.
Like
Oh, I'm touching on that one next.
obviously these people didn't get to the services that they needed, or better yet, let me rephrase that: the services that they needed didn't get to them properly,
That
or
sounds accurate.
there wasn't the services available at all in their area, which is often the case. Especially growing up in Petersburg, I know for a fact that like mental health services is a very hard thing for a lot of people to get. So you have a lot of people walking around that are either undiagnosed or they're diagnosed and they're off their meds, and there's no real system for there to get into. You know what I mean? It's almost like you have to commit a crime just to get the real treatment you need, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's like that in a lot of cities around America. So I also understand that that's a huge part of this, that like it's probably the biggest crux of this. But I think then I fall into, I'm walking down the street with my son, somebody's doing all this shit. At that point, I'll be honest, I also empathize with the people that don't give a fuck about, like, I know you got a problem, but at this point, like, it's fight or flight. Like, motherfucker, you wilding.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, it's incumbent upon the people who love you to keep your ass
in the house
somewhere.
Away from me.
If they used to you, then they need to do that, because I know for a fact that, like, out of love, if you face my mom, my son, anybody that's in my close circle of people that I really hold dear to me, if they start flipping, for one, I'm gonna use the first part, the empathy. Like, I got you. We there. All right, we're gonna figure this shit out. But for two, I'm also not gonna allow you to be out here in the public where you can put yourself in a position to get yourself in trouble for some shit that you don't even realize you doing at the time.
Now, my question:
you see what I'm saying? So it's
how would you make them stay? How would you go about making them stay? Now we're talking about an adult who has their own volition and own right, without being physical to them. How do you make them stay?
All right, so that's what I'm saying. It might have to get physical, but I grew up with criminally insane people in my family, like directly in my family, and watched the people around me keep their ass in check. Sometimes it may get physical. A lot of times it didn't have to, because of the familiar relationships, and you just know the person, so you're able to like know, okay, this their triggers. We're gonna first of all allow them to avoid it. Second of all, we're gonna, like, it's things you can do. I've lived with this shit. So at the end of the day, it's a lot of, I don't blame anybody in the situations. If you the person that's the person with mental health up, I don't blame you, because you're in the situation that's at hand. Something traumatic is happening and you're doing what you need to do to survive. If you're the person that's the mental health patient, I don't blame you. You have a mental health issue, and obviously there's a lot of things that have failed you for you to be in a situation where you're able to do these things. You see what I'm saying? And it be you even being in this situation, something has failed, whether it be the system, your family, your friends, your loved ones, the meds, the side, like whatever happened, you didn't get what you needed, so you here. So that's not your fault necessarily. I don't blame the passersby who may be stuck. Everybody ain't built to protect. Like that. That's not everybody's role in the society. And sometimes you may have a bus full of people who just like, or a room full of people who just like, I'm not equipped for this shit. This shit is some other shit. So they may
it takes a special breed.
Yeah, that's different.
Like, it takes a special breed.
Kind of keyed. You gotta be a sociopath / psychopath yourself to almost be a hero, because you have to kind of not really care about the consequences. You kind of gotta just be like, man, what the fuck?
Batman.
You gotta go for it.
I'm me. Batman. Do this. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a whole lot of layers to this. But at the end of the day, I don't blame none of the people that's in the situation. I blame all of the shit and the people that led up to that situation. I blame
people.
I blame the government and the systems that we have that don't allow adequate services for these people to be able to actually have professionals that are able to put them in the best situation, as opposed to even relying on the family in the first place.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up. When you said professionals. Have either one of y'all heard of the Marcus Law?
Marcus Law?
Expound.
The Marcus Law. Okay, so in 2000, a few years ago, we had another black man die in Virginia. He had a psychotic break on the highway, stripped butt naked. Charged towards the officer shot him. His name was Marcus something. Through all this, we came out with the Marcus Law. It was actually a young lady. She ran for office, but she did not win. But it was her idea to come up with this law. I think it was her brother. And this law basically says that anytime you have a mental crisis and police are responding to it, that a crisis team is supposed to go with them. The crisis team is full of actually mental health professionals. Now, this law is not tightly written. It's not tightly written at all. It's very loosely written, and it leaves space for different counties in Virginia to opt in for that law or opt in to go and do that procedure. But if you leave a room to opt in, you're leaving a lot of room to opt out as well. And that's what's happened. A lot of counties have opted out.
Like, I ain't gonna pay for that manpower.
Yeah,
because my thing is, it's not even manpower, because you would be actually aiding and saving a lot more than you actually putting out. Every time somebody gets killed, you got to go through all this other bullshit. You paying somebody that's on suspended leave, and you got to pay for all this investigation shit. You're gonna cut down on a lot if everybody opts into this, because rewrite the law, because it's still in the law now. There's no clear guidance as far as when the situation happens, when the police take over, or when the mental health professionals take over. This is my thing. If you own a crisis and you're approaching a crisis and it's not violent and you don't see any violence right there, let the mental health professionals take care of it until they can't handle it no more and it gets violent. And then the people who are trained to protect, you go do your job. We look at the footage we have for this Central State case. I'm looking at the footage and the videos. It's worse than what we've seen with George Floyd. 10 times worse. This man was on his stomach and held down for 12 fucking minutes with people surrounding on top of him. 12 minutes. Anybody who knows basic body chemistry, if you're breathing, your chest must expand. If you're on my back, every time I take a breath, that's less air I can get in. Less air I can get in. For 12 minutes, this man was murdered. The police are not properly trained in takedown tactics and how to detain you and try to de-escalate while detaining you. They're trying to protect. So however they're going to do it, they're going to do it to make sure they're safe and everybody else safe. However violent got to get. In my profession, we're trying to take you down to protect you too.
Right.
It don't take 12 people to take one man down. I know when you get scared or when you having a break, you can get 3 to 10 times stronger. I understand that. But if 2 people got your legs and 2 people got your arms, you can't press up off your face with your face or your chest.
Generate the force. Yeah, you can't generate the force.
That's all that's needed.
But you're also not hurting. You're not hurting anything. Like, you're not going to break or like hurt yourself.
I can hold your arm and not do you any harm. I can hold your arm and not do any harm. Myself and 3 other people have taken down people 6'3" and 6'4" in excess of 200-300 pounds. Yeah. And if you have not seen face is all of 5'10", 140. I do my thing.
He might be 5'10". I'm gonna say he 5'8", but we gonna go with 5'10".
Shit, I ain't 5'8". I'm not. Goddamn. Shit, I ain't that close to McCoy.
5'11", and this nigga is shorter than me.
Exactly. I'm an inch short. I give you 5'9". I give you 5'9".
I'm the second taller in the clique. Tallest in the clique, and I'm under 6 feet.
So this mental health shit, especially in this Central State case, everything could have been avoided. Now you have police officers and Central State mental health workers charged for a second-degree murder. They could have all been avoided with proper CPI techniques, proper techniques that the mental health people there know. But in situations dealing with police, we all know if you have not dealt with police on a professional level, they want to take charge. They feel like you've called us, now we're here, we're going to take charge. But you're taking charge in a situation you have no knowledge of how to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it may be smart for maybe them to have like, so you know how they do like professional developments, right? And they train police officers in these different techniques, but a lot of time the training is from military professionals or other police officers that are retired or whatever, right? So do you think it may be smart to, like, instead of having so many of those trainings, have more like mental health professionals come in and train police officers in proper restraint techniques, proper de-escalation techniques, and these things, so that, because I'm looking at, like, so you have
Every police officer.
mental health issues to even like a drunk person, right? A lot of times
Mm-hmm.
they present as a mental health patient at the moment because they're inebriated and their brain is compromised in some of the similar ways that a
Mm-hmm.
person who may have a mental health condition may be, or same thing with somebody on drugs, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly.
If maybe they got trained on like mental health de-escalation strategies, maybe they're more equipped to, like, instead of going straight to like, this is a combatant, they more can be able to, for one, actually assess what the person is and what they're presenting as, so they approach it in a proper way. Like, is this a combatant that is cognitively functioning and he's a wartime combatant, like he's trying to attack people, or is this a person that's like mentally incapacitated, but he's basically like a raging bull that just is going off of instinct and is hearing some shit that's telling him he must do this or he gonna die. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
Like,
it's two
it's a
parts.
big difference as opposed to like, because I look at it like when I first started my former career in the education sector, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I first started, I was coming in, blind, not having any training. So I'm coming from the street.
Yeah.
You doing what? Oh, what the fuck you mean? Right? But
Mm-hmm.
as you go on and then you go through the different trainings and different professional developments, and you have different people that you talk to, and you do your own research, like you start to learn more about how brains are working, so you start to adapt yours. So maybe, like, do you think that's a good idea as a person that's in the mental health field? Do you think that that's like a person like yourself going in to train police might be smarter?
I answer that question in two parts. Yes, they need mental health professionals to help train them, but also every police officer needs to take Psych 101.
Okay.
Every police officer needs to have some introductory level course into psychology because you can't deal with a person without understanding a mind. Every mind is different. We still have a study on the adaptive mind because our minds are ever changing.
Correct. We're evolving.
We always will need psych training. They need to take their psych class, and they need every 6 months they need retraining because every 6 months something new is discovered, something new is put into the DSM-4, something new is out here. We need consistent training. We need consistent training. Sure, it's gonna cost money, but what the fuck don't cost money in America? Put the money towards something that's gonna be beneficial in the long run. Help save lives. Help get people the help they really need. Help put some of these officers in situations that they not taking lives or risking their life. Realizing that 9 times out of 10 in all these mental health crises that officers are called, majority of the time the officer is the one who makes the situation worse. If I'm going through crisis and I know what a weapon is and I see you draw a weapon, I'm going to attack you because I know you're going to try to attack me. I'm not caring about my physical well being right then. I'm trying to get you. That's just that.
Right.
There's always go ahead.
As a mental health professional, I heard you say the DSM-4, right? All right.
Mm,
With that being the second to the latest edition, right? Because there's a DSM-5, am I correct?
yeah.
Why is it that mental health professionals, police officers, all these people still go by the diagnosis that were based off of that as opposed to the updated version? What is the discrepancy between the two versions that causes the DSM-4 to be the primarily
It's
used
it,
standard?
just like majority of other old books. It's been the standard for so long,
Got it.
and
So
a lot of
it's
shit
not
like
necessarily
from
better. It's
from
more
what
just
I've seen.
Out of date.
Yeah, even
that's the
like the
scary part,
DSM
because
four has been the
I'm
go to.
looking
It's
at
been the
it
go
like,
to.
because see, that's the scary part. Because I'm looking at it as you're talking about strategy. If we're using strategy that comes from a thing that has already
Mm-hmm.
been updated, it's almost like working your computer or using your iPhone based off the old iOS strategy, but now they
Mm-hmm.
updated it, so they got a different button for that. They got a different place for that. So like,
But I
we're gonna
but I
fuck
see
somebody up based off of some old shit, and now, but no, we know more about this now. Hey, you don't gotta
Understandable.
do that.
Now,
That don't work.
now, from what I see, just as in the settings I'm in, there are a lot of conditions that's getting put into mental health categories that they're not, and they're really not. Just for one, I see a lot of people coming off drugs, placing the mental health care.
Like
That's not
withdrawal.
a mental. Uh huh. Your withdrawal symptoms. And 9 out of 10, anybody through withdrawal symptoms feel like they want to off themselves. You feel me,
Yeah,
for a better term.
yeah.
So being you have that ideation, we put you into a cycle because you have suicidal ideations based off
Uh,
your withdrawal symptoms.
but you're really
So
not
people
a suicidal person
exactly,
in general. It's just
exactly,
you feel
exactly.
scared.
People talk the way people talk, and we touch on this almost every episode. People don't say what they mean. People don't talk to reality and speak their intentions. And
Yo,
being we have
come on,
and
Chris.
being we have this going on, people are talking themselves into predicaments that you really don't want to go into. People don't realize you can get turned in. You can voluntarily commit yourself too. But voluntarily committing yourself, you ain't gonna go in and come out the same day. You gonna go in and come out when they feel that you are okay. You don't feel like you did when you came in here no more. You've meet all our criteria. The doctors and the crisis team say that you have a place to go. Now we're ready to release you. It ain't as easy as people think it is out here. I really need the average American person to really do your own research and really know that mental illness is a real thing. I came into contact with somebody 3 weeks ago that asked me, "Is it real?" And I took a step back and looked at the person and I had to get grasp myself.
They
You feel
ask
me? Like,
mental illness real
y- yes,
or just
yes, is
mental
mental
illness?
illness real?
Oh wow.
No, they asked me just what I said. Is mental illness real? Like they didn't believe that you can have a mental problem. Like you can have anything that's on your body. You can have a problem with. You can have a hair problem, can't you? You can have a toe problem, can't
Right,
you? You can have a tongue
right,
problem. You can have an eye
right.
problem. So your brain can have a problem. You can have a heart problem, spleen problem, kidney problem, brain problem. The thing with it, you can't. If you're having a brain problem, unless you're asked the correct questions, you can't articulate what's really going on. And a lot of times, a lot of people aren't being asked the correct question. I hear it every day. Are you hearing voices? Are you seeing things? There's other stuff that can be going on with this psychotic shit, just other than me hearing and seeing shit.
Question.
It's a lot of other shit that be going on.
In your field, is there a questionnaire type that is like would be the best standard to use across the board that may not be used as the standard because it may be options?
It would
Like
have to be it's a combination of two. It would have to be a combination of the three that we use. Now not gonna get you on the names for the other two, but the main one we do use is the Muse MEWS Muse score. Um, and the nurses do that every day. The best nurses do it more than once a day because, as we know, the human temperament can change during the day based on anything. If I'm woken up, I'm an angry ass man, but if I wake up, I'm happy as hell. See the difference? Being woken up and I wake myself up. Now, that's just me, Curry. But you talk about somebody with a mental illness, you can knock on their door and you just set them off. Somebody can be in the hallway screaming and they won't screaming in this morning. And I told you I was perfectly fine this morning, but now by 1 o'clock, I'm ready to kill everybody on this hallway because somebody's screaming and I've been set off. And now it's going to take 2 more days for me to get back right.
yeah,
You never know. You
that's
never know.
mental health. Yep.
You never know.
Hmm. Mental health.
The last thing I want to cover, um, I got to go at it a certain way to describe the situation. Um, Being on this thing of mental health, we know we do have some people in the world and in our society that have really no mental clarity as far as who they are or even how old they are. So they may be a 40 or 50-year-old person, 40, 50-year-old man or woman, but with the still mind and mentality of a child.
Correct.
Now, we find these people getting into certain situations with children sometimes. Um,
No, it's all good. I'm
now,
gonna mute that. Hold on,
yeah.
let me see. Let's see.
Now, with these situations, 9 times out of 10, we're always gonna look at the adult because we're always thinking about a conscious, well-thinking adult preying on the children. Now, what happens if you have the reverse and you have an adolescent male who's horny as hell, hormones raging, but he has the mental clarity to realize, oh, this adult don't have the mental clarity, and I can talk you into doing anything because you have the mind of a child. At that point, sure, the one with the false mental clarity is getting manipulated into doing something they think is okay because they don't have the mental clarity or mental dexterity to say, no, this ain't right. I shouldn't be doing this. But at the end of the day, they will still be classified as the one who's wrong because they are the adult. And the one who was the predator will be seen as prey. This is not a common thing. This is not common by far.
That's it.
But you have to look at that in this world we in today because that's a possibility. And I think it does happen. I think it happens more as with male to female, with the female being the mentally incapacitated one and the male being the more, I got it all together. Because I don't see too many young
like
women.
12-year-old male basically assaulting a mental patient that's like 30 something.
Or even or older. Yeah.
Older, but like a grown woman. And
exactly.
A young boy basically taking advantage of this grown woman.
Exactly. But who would see it as that way? Because on the outside of you, all you see is this grown ass person did something with this young person, and now we have this same thing that goes into this category. Now we have to penalize and punish you. But once we penalize and punish you, we're saying that you have no mental clarity and you have no mental faculties about yourself. You're doing it's not like you're doing attention seeking stuff. You're actually not well put there.
That's disgusting.
It's past disgusting.
I don't know what else to say. I'm just
it's past disgusting. It's past disgusting. These people, I'm not. Forgive me for saying these people because I don't like when people recognize these people in any setting. The mentally ill need aid. In Petersburg alone, there are hundreds of abandoned buildings. There are a few still abandoned school buildings who are still well put together as far as structurally. Where we have these homeless people with mental illnesses, we have places we can house them in.
Across the
the government says they want to aid and help. The opportunity is there. The space is there, but you're not there. The equation needs you. The equation needs care. The equation needs retraining. The equation needs to be erased and rewritten down with some different figures and variables in it so we can get to a better sum.
I just knew you had another air rhyme in there. I was about to this nigga about to start rapping. This nigga going in. This nigga sound like Jesse Jackson over there. It's not there. We need care. I like that.
Vote for face.
It's really rare.
I'm telling you, man, like I went to school for this shit. But as we all know, I strayed away for years from this shit. But they always say he got a plan and his plan never fails. For some reason I came back into this field that I spent 5 years of my scholastic career doing for some reason. And now as I immerse myself more and more and more, I feel like I see change. I see that change be made, but it needs somebody to spearhead it. I could be a mouth. I'll be the mouth. I'll continue to use our platform to speak on mental health and speak for the things that need to be changed in that facility as far as with the detaining, de-escalation, policing, all that shit. Even the judicial system when it comes to mental illness. Because I see too many people who get committed who actually don't need to be committed. People are committed, and if you don't want to take your meds, and we're reporting that back that you don't want to take your meds, and it's a psychiatric med, the court order you to take your meds, and then we're going to force you to take it.
Well, damn.
But this is the kicker. If you are a person who don't want to talk and don't want to explain why you don't want to take your medicine, you may have an issue with the medicine making your heart do something. And if you don't want to tell somebody, now we're forcing you to take this medicine, which is the hardest shit to do. Because me personally, I don't like putting my hands on people if I don't have to. You feel me?
Right.
And no percent, and no percent. I don't like being violent, but I'll take it there in a heartbeat. I don't like putting my hands on my kids, capital punishment wise, and I damn sure don't like putting my hands on patients that have to make you take medication that you keep saying you don't want to take, but I
Corporal,
don't know why you want
corporal,
to take it.
corporal punishment wise, y'all. He didn't mean capital. He not gonna kill the kids. He's not talking about that.
Mhm, 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 mhm.
Corporal.
Mhm. But but
Running and
but
shit.
He did the he did the pack grunt. Oh shit, nigga, we gonna talk offline. What are you going through? Shit, that nigga did the pack grunt, boy.
but we need assistance, man. I see in the next 5 to 10 years shit progressing and getting to a certain point where we can look back at this time and say, yeah, some positive strides have been made. But especially in VA, some
Mm-hmm.
shit need to change now. We need immediate change. We need some shit to be enacted. But as we all see, a problem isn't a problem until it's a problem for somebody who got some power.
Yeah, that's a real statement there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Vote for face.
You're right. That was that one statement kind of crystallized a lot in the past 122 episodes there. God damn. Yeah. Problem ain't a problem till it's ran all through. And okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm done. I got it
Classic.
on my system. I got it on my system. Got it on my system. Doom, doom, doom. All right. Um, okay. So
It will party in a party, and I run through it. Get them, let me move it.
that's how we do. Rest in peace, freaking time.
Oh my god! Remember the concert?
God damn, boy. Oh, nigga, with the shredded up pants. Boy, I
Hop the
heel
fence and
toed.
everything. Hop
Hey,
the gate
nigga.
right by the stage, nigga.
Hey, nigga. I heel toed and Harlem shook my way onto an amazing stage
Hmm.
with some hip hop legends, and yeah, that was a cool little moment. Good memory,
Oh
Faith.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
forgot all about that shit till you exactly said that shit. I was literally all I was thinking was the goddamn Queen Pen video. That's all we do. But all the video. That is the
Kingpin.
funniest verse. Cause this shit is literally like 4 bars of him just yelling. He ain't talking about nothing. He ain't like saying nothing really extravagant. It's just a bunch of
But one of
oh,
the best parts of the song, though.
that's all it. Boy, that one of that is the the best part of nigga. Niggas wait all song for that. You can
Mm.
just oh shit. Oh, you ain't gotta do you ain't even gotta know the whole part. Just oh, oh.
Mm.
That's good stuff.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
now I will say this. We ain't talking about running through no more. This is a horrible segue. All right. So I'm gonna use some hypothetical themes to protect the innocent. All right.
Mm.
So this is a situation, right? So the
Mm.
fact that Face was talking about age and like age discrepancy right at the end of his topics, right? So in the past week, right, I've I'm out here working and I come across these situations in my life where I'm just like, okay, well, this is a good topic for the pod. So my topic this evening is what is too young to date for a person that's over 35, right? So I had a recent situation where I know this person who met and exchanged numbers with a girl who's 23. Now, this person is, around our age. All right. Now, this person used to be a educator, right? Or in the education sector as well.
Mm.
Right. So I empathize. Now, the girl he exchanged numbers with and, talking to ended up being a person that used to be a student at the school he worked at. Now, he was never her teacher, so they didn't have like some type of like he didn't know her or nothing, but it brought me to this question, right? So the person being our age, this person now being a 23-year-old woman, right? Looking like a 23-year-old woman looks. What is too young? Like,
Um,
what's the age discrepancy of two adults that makes it
uh,
now wrong, or is it wrong for there to be an age discrepancy? You guys take this.
Now,
This y'all.
knowing pop culture itself and seeing the weirdness that goes on in pop culture as far as those far off age ranges, who I would guess in that society and that subculture, that shit don't matter. Um, don't know what the fuck they got to talk about, but hey, I guess it don't matter. Historically, we've seen men as old as 50. In some countries, in some places, married teens as well. We see men older than that, married 19, 20, 21, whatever. Me personally, if I wasn't married at my age now, I couldn't personally talk to a person that's younger than 35. Just based off conversation, conversation, and how you talk. Matter of fact, let me rephrase it. I wouldn't go past 7 years. I wouldn't do anything past a 7 year differential. I believe past that, the relevancy of certain things that I have to talk about ain't gonna have nothing to do with your knowledge base. The shit you're interested in ain't gonna mean hardly shit to me. I see it as just basically a situationship. We're just both benefiting off something, but nothing in depth would come off of it. Now, these people in these situations that can build off these big age gaps, I don't know how they do it. I really don't, because it has to be a relationship has to be based on like an actual relationship, not a situationship. Has to be based on something past just sex.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't have sex 24/7. We have to be able to talk and have conversation.
I wish.
And like we have to have some commonality between us that we can like, okay, we can have a conversation on this. Like I can't, me personally at 40, I can't have a ongoing, long lasting conversation with anyone in their 20s. Like they irritate the fuck out of me.
That nigga.
They irritate the fuck out of me. You feel me? Like they really irritate the fuck out of me. A lot of people younger than 30 irritate the fuck out of me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it is just me. Fuck it. They irritate the shit out of me. Shit. I'm sorry. They irritate the fuck out of me. I don't like you. Y'all get on my fucking nerves. Y'all get on my fucking nerves. Y'all don't. Y'all don't know what y'all talk about on shit because your life experience is minimal, but you feel like the life experience you have is maximal, and you can tell people older than you what the fuck they need to do. Okay, I can see this was on the job shit, and you're the professional at the job. You have the experience with the education, so and you're the supervisor. Cool, you're a supervisor, but we talk about life experience. Who the fuck you supervising in life? You can't even supervise yourself.
Damn.
I'm that's just me. Now, in the situation we're talking about, to each his own. Maybe it's something in that 23-year-old that just makes him, you know what? It's something about that. She just hits me right here. Maybe it is. But it ain't a 23-year-old in the world. I don't give a fuck who you are, how you look. This is gonna hit me anywhere with any time. You gonna annoy the fuck out of me. You feel me? Like once again, if I'm not married, all I see you as is a sexual object. Not even a sexual conquest, but a sexual object. Because I'm not trying to conquer you. I'm just trying to fuck.
Me too.
That's it.
I'm not.
And okay, let's look at it once again in pop culture. Anna Nicole Smith, before she passed away, before her old ass husband passed away, how old was that old ass nigga? In his 90s? It looked like he was damn near dirt age when they got married. So those are decades in between. Yeah. Decades in between that. So on some levels, some people don't give a fuck about that age shit. Because if you listen to R. Kelly and Aaliyah, they say the age ain't nothing but a number. But look at that nigga now.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Why we gotta break? No, come on, man.
Look where his ass at now.
Come on, man. The girl was 14, 16, something like that.
But side note, being I mentioned R. Kelly, I want everybody to realize R. Kelly is charged with R. Kelly is charged with racketeering. He ain't charged with sex crimes. He's charged with racketeering. That's another note.
I know.
That's on another note. But back to this.
Come on, man. We talking about adults, man. We already had one conversation about this, man. Come on, man.
They made the damn song.
How we go?
They made the song, and some of these motherfuckers with these age
they won't vote for adults, though. We talk.
But I'm using the song itself. Like these motherfuckers, like in the streets, like, what age ain't number, motherfucker. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that's numbers. Prices are numbers too. What the fuck? 90 is a number, but you don't see me trying to holler at nobody 90, nigga. What the fuck? The fuck? It's a whole bunch of numbers.
Oh man, this is
irrational numbers, rational numbers. The fuck? The fuck these niggas out here talking about? But once again, that's just me. That's just me. Pat?
I might as well show my face so y'all can know that I'm sincere when I say this.
He getting deep. What the fuck about to happen? Pause. You are?
Yeah, I would say I'm trying to put the age range. As long as as long as you can have a conversation with it, and as long as she ain't too young. Because at this point with me, working in the club and stuff like that, I've met a lot of old 50-year-old business owners and stuff like that, and they were with chicks that are of any age. They ain't around their age. They be having chicks like 20 years younger than them.
Oh God.
Yeah, that because
fuck all that shit.
Either they divorced or something like that. So society wise, it really isn't a rule.
People hate the motherfuckers.
It really isn't a rule to it.
Hey, if you under 30, stay
away. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
In general, just as a person under 30, just know if you see things coming, you go the other way.
Fuck out of here.
As long as you ain't bringing any of that young fuckery.
Young fuckery. I would say this, man. I lean toward Pat with adults. Like, I don't believe in grooming. Like, I don't believe in the Tiger shit when he was like with Callie when she was like 16 and then he kind of rode her to 18. It was like, I would just talk to you till you then, and then we'll give
talking about.
Like, I don't believe in no weird shit like that. But if you
meet someone and you don't even know what age it is.
So this is what I'm gonna say.
That the age conversation is one of those things they avoid for some reason. I don't know what it is in women culture, but for some reason they just avoid it, whether they're young or old. You know what I'm saying?
So this is what I'm gonna say. As a person who's talked to a woman in his lifetime that is much older than him, very much older than him, and as a person that has dealt with a person that's younger, like my
Let me take my fucking camera off before my shit starts.
I have exes in my life that are younger than me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's a thing. I would say I've been on both ends of the spectrum before, so I understand both sides. Like I understand being the younger person in the situation, being much younger than the person, and like kind of how that feels and adjusts. I've also been the older person, so I would say it's kind of similar to what Pat said. I think it's a maturity thing. Like I will say this: if you are above drinking age, you should not talk to nobody that's below drinking age, because that's like, what if you want to go to a bar? What if you
that's a
want to
good.
go to certain establishments where like you can't even get in without ID? Now we gotta be all weird. We gotta like go to like Nickelodeon type spots. I don't want to be a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
I don't think most adults want to go to like, just always family friendly thing. We might want to go to something that where like we can
I
have a
don't
few
ever.
cocktails.
I don't.
Or we can have a cigar and a bourbon. You know what I mean? Like
I,
it's
I'm
things.
honest. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't want to go to anything family friendly. I really don't.
I ain't mad at you. Like I mean,
Yeah,
hey, if you ain't got a family pet, there's no need.
you know what I'm saying?
Um, but I think I think for me, uh, it's about like even in the Anna Cole situation, I think it's about the authenticity and like, is it actually a real connection, or is it like a lust thing? Like Faye said, like, is it just a we trying to fuck,
It's
or
love.
is it like y'all are just, y'all are literally just talking? It's not like a sexual thing at all, but it's a vibe, as the young kids say.
It's mostly lust for me. I'm joking.
It's the
I'm
lust for
not.
him. Okay. Pat said he trying to
I
ski,
can't.
ski, 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 ski.
I can't stand them
Yes.
motherfuckers.
Faye said he want to kill them all, and I think I'm just kind of like, as long as everybody is legal and have a real connection, not some old weirdo just lust shit. Like I don't think it should be like I got a fetish for old niggas or old women. I don't think it should be I really like young niggas or young women. I
But
think it
not, you
should
know
be
what? Now that you brought
like a
that up,
situation of like we met, it works. All right, cool.
but there is women do have a fetish for older guys.
But that's the thing though. And you have all types of fetishes, but that's the thing. Like I don't know. I think for me, like even on we're both the same age, but I'm dealing with you for a fetish. I'm dealing with you because I got a foot fetish and I like your feet, but I don't like you. Or I'm dealing with you because I got a fat fetish and you're big boned. Or I'm dealing like I'm not dealing with you for the organic, like I actually like you and we actually connect. It's like I'm dealing with you for this superficial thing, because once that superficial thing is born, now we don't have none, and now it's like, oh, well, now we out.
Oh yeah.
Even with the lust thing, like Faye said, like if we just there for sex, well, that's so after Adam. But I know most men are not connected to sex emotionally in the same way the other half is. You feel me? So like for us, once the novelty of that thing is done, if there's nothing there to like be like, this is really why I'm here, then well, deuces.
Bugoo.
Deuces.
Bugoo.
I'm packing up my bag. Deuces.
Bugoo.
Yeah. So you better get up out of there. And I think that is the problem. So it's a lot of communication and stuff involved, but I definitely think that like if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. If you feel on the face end of the spectrum where you want to kill them all, then do that. If you feel on the pad end of the spectrum where you want to just fuck them all, then do that. If as long as everybody's legal, I think the scary part is when Faye start talking about the R. Kelly thing is when you start getting into like age differences that are illegal. Like that's not right.
Not cool.
Hey, nobody can drink here. What? Oh
Ain't
Lord,
no
you done.
birds at
And I
Chuck
don't
E.
even like
Cheese.
drink,
Oh
but you know what
Lord,
I'm saying?
you done drove her to Kentucky, and y'all had some wine, and she's 18. Oh my God, you gonna go to jail. You over here rolling like Chuck Berry. That is kidnapping. That is trafficking. At that point,
Ezra Miller,
who that?
The Flash.
All right. See, I ain't really into DC, but I don't really got a face for that. But when you said Ezra, I started thinking biblical. I was like, oh, which one? Because them biblical niggas was disgusting.
No,
they were fucking horrible in the battle.
He kidnapped some dude or whatever that I don't know.
Can I just say this?
But he's still the Flash, and that movie's coming out.
If you are a person who believes in the Bible, you are a Christian, and you like myself, all right. I want y'all to know out there, my people who believe in Christianity. If you read the Bible, you better not never feel bad about nothing. You better always know you can come back. Because them niggas did some disgusting shit. I'm talking about, let me send this nigga to the front line so I can fuck his wife. Make sure you die. Hey. You go on out there and kill yourself, okay? You make sure that the enemy gets you. And I'm going to drop this dick off in your wife while you gone.
Trying to get that bub goo.
That's your mind. And that's one of the beloved of God. So you know that if he can come back,
man,
you may not see
shit to this day.
Hey man, you are redeemed. You understand me? You can always make a better choice tomorrow. Just do it tomorrow, but you got to do it. Now you can't just bullshit. You can't just keep. I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna make a better choice. You got to actually make the better choice, but. I will say you should never judge yourself too harshly because the Bible was disgusting. If you ever read that book back to back,
it's a corporate America version of that same story you said too.
I say this. I don't know about no story, but that shit disgusting.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying what you would say. You took the when you said he sent the dude to the front line so he could die or he could bang his wife. It's a corporate America version of that somewhere. Yeah,
I caught that.
Yeah.
I was on the same page.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
But I tell you what, no, you're absolutely fine. I will say this. When it comes to the situation of these discrepancies, I will say there's some good and there's some fuckery. They both exist there in this situation. And I think it just depends on what your perspective is.
And on that note, episode 120. Good day, fuckery. There's a lot of fuckery going on this week.
Fuckeries. I said fuckeries.
Good and fuckery. Don DeMarco.
Blow up right quick. And there's been so much fuckery this week. I ain't even put all the fuckery up on the list. Anyway,
I put some fuckery on just in case we run out.
Oh shit! Well, I don't tell you, it's been an action-packed week. Let's start off with our neighbors here in Georgia. There it is. They're pissed off. They're pissed off because one day they outside and next thing you know, they see buffalo. Not only because somehow, Rick Ross is a busy man. And I guess whoever he had in charge of the buffalo at his ranch was on to sleep on the job because they got loose.
Here's a buffalo in the neighborhood.
Just a random bison running down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Now, boy, why would you let you in the house? Daddy, you ain't gonna believe me if I tell you. It's a buffalo outside. Get your crazy ass upstairs, boy. Goddamn buffalo.
Doorbell rings.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Is a buffalo right there.
You ain't going
what the hell is this big ass?
How did he ring the doorbell?
With a hoof.
Now realize We know it's some people in America that have never seen a buffalo. So if they were to see a buffalo, they wouldn't know what the fuck a buffalo would look like.
Not in person. I've never seen one in person. The closest I've seen to a buffalo is a bison. M. Bison on Street Fighter.
Sonic boom!
It's like go crusher. Yeah.
I used to love that kick he used to do.
That flat flip kick.
Yeah, man. I used to fuck niggas up with that shit.
It look like it gets
Psycho Crusher.
M. Bison.
The M stands for
Michael.
Yeah, he actually got
Mashallah.
Balrog's name or whatever because they didn't want to get sued by Mike Tyson basically and
M. Bison does sound like M. Tyson.
Yeah, Balrog was supposed to be M. Tyson. Well, in Japan, he is M. Tyson. And I think Vega is M. Bison. And I think
that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think M. Bison's name is Vega, and the one that plays Vega with the mask and he's Balrog.
Okay.
Yeah, but then they switched it up when it came over to United States because
let me not go over there and play the game, but they gonna fuck me up. I'm gonna be all confused.
I just looked, they got the pictures up. This, you just pick the motherfucker that you recognize.
Oh yeah, you're right. You got the picture.
Yeah, the name might, be still different, but you just pick the people you recognize and go about your day. This is pretty much whatnot. As we go about our night, actually, someone they had to stop during their day to apologize for using slang that I didn't even know was offensive. I've been using it for a while. Whoopi Goldberg once again had to apologize. She just need not to talk on The View. Because The View is just like snitch on yourself central, pretty much. But she was talking about Trump, and I think she used the word gypped, which is actually turns out to be a Romanian slur. Gypsies, shit like which I did not even know that's where that shit came from.
Why would you, nigga? Do you know any gypsies?
Exactly. I'm thinking you spell it Gypped. You know what I'm saying? That Gypped. But yeah, she had apologized and she did the same thing she did before with the apology. And yeah, that's it. Let's moving right along. Somebody pet monkey got shot after it ripped the woman's ear in half like paper mache.
Yeah, certainly.
I mean, it's like when you have wild animals for pets.
What can you expect?
Yeah, exactly. Pet monkey was shot in Oklahoma this week after it escaped its owners and attacked the woman, ripped off part of her ear. Police said Brittany Parker told local reporters she was sitting on a couch on March 12th when she saw the primate on her front porch. At first, the monkey was pacing up and down, but then started jumping off the railing into the screen door. She said the monkey tried to get in, tried to rip off the door handle. God dang, what did the monkey? Jeez, what did the monkey want? When the officer and animal control officials arrived at the scene, the monkey jumped on the control vehicle and then back on the porch where Parker and her son were standing. And then it crawled up Parker's back. The monkey yanked out multiple wads of her hair and then ripped her ear off. Jeez. Long story short, just don't have fucking wild animals for pets, people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It's 11/11, y'all. Make a wish. Next on the list, nuclear power plant leaks 400,000 gallons of radioactive water in Minnesota. So we're probably going to have mutants soon in Minnesota. coming out. I'm pretty sure the zombie apocalypse is next after this. And yeah, it started in St. Paul, Minnesota. Minnesota regulators said Thursday they were monitoring the cleanup of a leak and from Xcel Energy's Monticello nuclear power plant. And the company says there's no danger to the public. Of course they're gonna say that shit. Way. But yeah, if y'all feel like you're riding through St. Paul and y'all feel like y'all got a headache, blame Excel.
Negligent ass niggas.
Mm-hmm. And more things to be worried about in the world. North Korea claims they got about 800,000 people signed up for its military to fight the U.S. 800,000. For some reason, that doesn't seem like it's a lot. But I'm pretty sure if I had a check for 800,000, I would say this is a lot. Whatever. But yeah, North Korea is wilding once again. I don't know if they're gonna actually do anything. I hope not. Because yeah, that's bullshit. Much. And then let's go right down the list. Uh, the Dollar Tree says they can't afford eggs because eggs have gone to 125 this month. Pretty much. That's more bullshit. So I didn't even know Dollar Tree even sold eggs. So it really doesn't affect me at all. And next on the music. Just gotta fly through these. It's too much of this shit. I don't know if y'all heard this. I shared it with y'all on Instagram, but y'all might have seen it. You might not have. But there is this AI computer that made a Kanye West song. It sounds just like Kanye, and the lyrics make sense and everything. And like if somebody would have put it out and said it was Kanye West, I would have known the difference, pretty much. And the person that actually made the computer system to do it is from West Virginia. It's a 17-year-old boy from named Robbie Barat. And he made a system called Pi Brain. It was the first version of his to code and rearrange existing rap lyrics into new sequences. So basically, it gets pretty much put all of Kanye's catalog in a pot, put it all together, made a beat, and boom, automatically just makes a Kanye song. It sounds just like Kanye. The lyrics sound like something Kanye would say. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference much, which I think is scary because now instead of them having writers, they could just have this computer system that just writes the shit for them, and then now I don't even have to pay writers or whatever. They just find a vocalist and they go from there. Or they don't, and if they do the FM Mecca thing and they just go AI, they could just literally just make an artist, make music off of it, and shoot, what we need the artist for, pretty much. So I don't know. It's just another thing that I would say if you are a musician, you might want to look out for in the future. Just see find a way to counteract it or whatever. But since we're on music, rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine has gotten right back into the news and timeline because he was brutally beaten in a Florida gym. And Boosie has set up a GoFundMe for the man that actually beat him up in the gym. But let's see. Let me go to the actual freaking.
That sounds like some little Boosie shit.
Yeah, it does. Said Rainbow Head rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine was brutally beaten by a group of men inside the bathroom of a Florida gym Tuesday, according to footage on the attack posted online on Only a Dade. The 26-year-old musician and ex-con was rushed to the hospital after he was purportedly attacked inside the restroom of the LA Fitness in Southern Florida. Whatever. Yeah, the video was posted. Two men towering over 6'9". He lies on the bathroom floor. He's trying to protect his head from the blows. The men yell at him to shut the fuck up as one kicks his stomach and the other punches his head, according to the footage. Yeah, it was kind of brutal. Pretty much brutal. But yeah, that's it's like no coincidence. It was any type of reason in general why they did it, other than the obvious that everybody thinks 6ix9ine is a snitch and he has an open target on his head for the rest of his life, pretty much.
Or could it just be karma coming back around for all the negativity he spewed in the air and spewed in the universe, just coming back around to him? Suck my dick. I can't beat that. That's my dick. I can't bet that's me. Yeah, you got tested in the gym.
Yeah, it's definitely karma. I mean, that kind of goes without saying with him.
Young man, please have learned your lesson this time. I hope you've learned your lesson, young man, and do not come out saying the same type of stuff, because that would not be good for you.
I don't think you should come out. I don't think you should even, like, for real. I think you just need to find another hustle or something. Get something.
Do something different. Just do something different, man.
Just disappear. Just go. Just go. I don't want you to do nothing else. I don't want you to do no music. I don't want you to do no podcast. I don't want none of that.
Just fade into the background for a little bit, bruh. Fade into the background.
Take away the and come back as a total different name or whatever. Reinvent yourself or some shit. Don't be talking about the same shit you were talking about before. That's the only other thing I can think of you doing. But as soon as they find out that you are Daniel Hernandez, aka Tekashi 6ix9ine, shit. Let's call that shit a rap again, all over again.
I just say he's lucky. It only went as far as it did, because it could have went a lot worse. I'm seeing a lot of people in the media damning these guys, but at the same time, where are these same people at when he was talking all this shit, telling everybody in the world to SMD, SMD, SMD? I go where I want, SMD. You can't have a biggest mouth in the world and claim to have the biggest mouth in the world, claim all this stuff, and not be able to back it up, or be willing, ready, and able to always be ready and on point to back it up, regardless if you by yourself or not. Because when you send out these open invitations, eventually somebody or somebodies are going to answer that call.
Yeah, like I said, I think he just at this point just need to disappear. He need to change his name, Daniel Hernandez, or something else.
Do something, brother.
Rap name or stage name from Tekashi 6ix9ine or something else. Or if he need to, if he want to stay a musician and go from there, because he don't look too safe out here for him.
And at the end of the day, young man, make the smartest decision for your health and well-being. Because at the end of the day, I think you do have a child, and you do want to be there for the long run for your child. So think about just maybe your decision making skills have matured after this incident. I don't wish harm on any person, but I do wish maturity and growth on every person. So,
and I wish some of y'all disappear.
Yeah, however you get your maturity and growth, to each his own. But it is what it is.
Just get that shit away from me, pretty much. Now that's pretty much what I added to the fuckery. Now I also see that y'all added some more stuff to the fuckery. I'm not sure if it was Faith or Tiz, but I think
that was Tiz on that one.
All right, Tiz, you there? You've been on mute. But the first one of the other topics is Taxstone is found guilty in the case about Troy Ave and Banger.
Damn.
Yep. Now I'm looking it up. Rapper Taxstone convicted of shooting bodyguard during New York concert. Daryl Campbell, better known as the rapper and hip hop podcaster Taxstone, was convicted Thursday in New York of manslaughter in a connection with the 2016 shooting of a bodyguard during the concert at Irving Plaza. A jury in Manhattan found Taxstone guilty of shooting and killing Ronald McFadder and seriously injuring 3 others. He will be sentenced next month for what District Attorney Alvin Bragg called a tragic and deadly confrontation in a packed New York City music venue. Yeah.
They gonna throw that nigga away.
Yeah. The shooting stemmed from a long-time feud Taxstone had with Roland Collins, known as rapper Troy Ave, who testified against him. Prosecutor said that McFadder was Troy Ave's bodyguard. Rapper T.I. was performing when the shots were fired, and Troy Ave was on deck to perform.
Now, does this make Troy Ave a snitch in the hip hop community?
Now, to me, Troy Ave has a long history of doing flaw shit. A long history of doing flaw, clout chasey ass shit. Now, I choose to ignore him, so I can't really say. Like, I really don't care enough to actually, like, you know what I'm saying, put out the list of things that he's done. But every time that I've heard his name brought up in a type of media outlet, it was some fuckery and some flaw shit that was attached to it. His music, it gives me like an old 50 Cent feel or whatever.
Yeah.
It's this thing with music, man. Like, if you feel like somebody is doing a gimmick, you ain't gonna feel it. Even if it sounds like good music, you might listen to it once, but it's not gonna be stuck in your playlist. You know what I'm saying? And that's
fly by night.
Yeah, like traditionally, it sounds like some shit that I would listen to. But like, like, it's I know some, and I'm the one that try to separate the art from the artist. And everything, but sometimes it's hard to do. Like, if it just sounds like you just doing the same catchphrases and saying the same thing everybody else say, so you can't just hear yourself talk. Then it's like, I don't feel like even hearing you. And then it's like it's not really like bars. You're just saying shit.
Saying shit to be saying it. That's it.
This happened to me. This happened to me. And this happened to me. Okay, nigga. You just get on the line with all the other motherfuckers that say this happened to me, and this happened to me, and this happened to me, and this happened to me. You know, like, yeah, a lot of shit happened to people.
Basically, something happened to somebody every day.
Every day.
I love my new guns.
Is that you click clacking them in the background?
Yes.
I heard that click clack.
Yes. That's me playing with the firearms. But I'm not playing with the firearms. Exploring my new firearm. It's as light as a toy.
A grown man toy.
Yes. Like my son's play guns. All the same weight.
Well, you know what? Since you brought up guns, I just say fuck it. It sounds like a great segue into the next damn topic that he was talking about.
There you
John
go.
Morant gun issue.
Jesus.
And the NBA basically doing their loopholes to keep them in the NBA.
Of course. He brings revenue.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like people been pulling up like old, like, man, this generation is crazy, yo. Like you can't do shit.
Oh no.
Can't do shit because everything is recorded. They bringing back old videos of him when he was like mad young, like preteen young, and he was acting the same way then. Yo, like just like he a rapper, like he just flashing guns and all this other stuff, and then acting hard. So like they got him doing basically. They had him basically saying the same old, having like an interview when he's
Uh-huh.
asking person ask questions and that he gives them the basic PR answer. Pretty
The basic preparation.
yeah, I'm ashamed. I understand my actions are something. You know what I'm saying when they say shit like
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, and then slap on the wrist, and they go about their business. Pretty much. Tell you the truth, as a person who believes in discipline, I do believe that he should have some type of punishment for it. But my other side of me, extra black side of me, say that this happens with people of out of that's non-black all the time.
Yeah.
So it really shouldn't even be that big of a deal.
You're right. He was
It
just
really,
stupid, and his stupidity has just been shown for the world to see that.
I mean, can we really? I mean, yeah, we can blame him definitely. I mean, at this day and age, at this age, you should be mature enough to know that you can't be doing stupid shit like that. Period.
I put it like
But
this: he's a professional athlete. He's been trained on how to conduct himself in certain situations. You know you was on you know you was on the screen. You know a camera was pointing at you when you did that.
mm-hmm.
You know who you are. Why not put two and two together? Like this may come out. Somebody may use this against me. Somebody you got it like once you reach a certain tax bracket, your mind got to be on trying to protect your assets at all times. So you can't be doing stupid shit because you're risking your assets.
Yeah,
He should have been talking. So he needs a different circle
that's true.
because there ain't
Yeah,
nobody there telling him don't move like this, bro. You need to move like this, bro. He need to go talk to some of them older successful basketball players that's retired, and so they. No, we did all that wild shit. You don't have to do that no more. No, don't do that. No, but instead you in a strip club wild with the pistol.
exactly, exactly. I mean, at some point, I kind of like blame it on a young shit, and he's a young adult, and I was doing wild young shit when I was young too. But at the same time, it's like, man, you got too much money at risk to be doing stupid shit
Damn right.
just
Ain't
because
nobody
you
trying to
want to
see
show
Java
off.
Ray in the big three.
Yeah, like, just because you want to show off, like you really don't have that space to do that right now.
None at all.
It's like sometimes when you get in the public eye, it's like
Hmm.
you think that you being a celebrity or whatever will give you some type of social freedom, but
Hmm.
you really don't get like the freedom you get to actually do the act is scrutinized by the freedom of actually being able to get away with doing it
Hmm.
in the public eye in the court of public opinion.
I feel you.
Yeah, because I guess it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Everything has a sacrifice, whatever. Let me stop talking about sacrifices and rich people, because then you got the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm. They're talking about love and his sacrifice. Who's next? Fuck
Mm.
out of here. Shit.
Man,
Sure, somebody's in power. Sure, we may not know who it is, but it ain't a group called the Illuminati. Goddamn.
no, my whole thing is this. It's like I think there's too many egos for all the people that they say that's involved in it. It's too many egos to be organized that much. That organized, the way that they say stuff is, that organized. I feel like
Yeah.
people may do things to get ahead. That sounds sacrificial, pretty much. But
Hmm.
I also, and I'm not gonna. They make it seem like the people didn't have no choice or whatever, but man, it's just in this world, especially in the world where you're trying to be famous and rich and famous and shit like that and go up the corporate ladder or whatever. It all depends on your integrity and what you are. What is your limit?
Yeah.
Like what is your where's your threshold? Like what are you willing to go that far? Is that far
Mm.
invading on your values and what you yourself and your integrity and you yourself believe in and shit like that? And then some
Or you
people,
wasn't
you
go
know what
that
I'm saying,
far to get your
be
goal.
one thing until a certain point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know how we get to this point, but I don't know how we start talking about the Illuminati after talking about John Morant waving the gun. But yeah, that's how it happens.
That's what happened when you're vibing and shit
hmm
and smoking.
Yeah.
Conversation goes every which way.
Either way, extra way. Let me check on brother Tiz one more time. All right. Well, Pod Squad, unusual situation, but fuck that shit. Um, you got a black business?
Hell no. Well, I did, but lost the business card. I'll have it next time.
Well, only thing I can say off the top is if you're in Atlanta, go to Cali Nights 255 Trinity Ave on Saturday. Yeah, bring in that business. And the Zaza Lounge is an overnight jump. That's right beside it, all the way up to 6 in the morning. And official Chef Red on Instagram, he got man, I'm still tripping off them red velvet waffles that I had at one time. That shit, that was the greatest bit of diabetes I've ever tasted in a while. I ain't even gonna lie, yo.
Oh shit.
But yeah, well, I have been 1/3 of the partners, the Padawan here, and I have been along with.
You know his face in a place we to finish the race. One of our members is missing, but he's gonna pop up in his space. And for Tiz, we have been
The partners
the
at THEPODNAS. Oh yeah, we got to tell them what if you want to talk to us,
oh
Insta-
yeah, oh yeah. If you're trying to talk to us, Pat, where can they catch us at?
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch at THEPODNAS. That's at sign THEPODNAS. And yeah, if you want some of that partners merch or that archeryclothing.com merch, we give them the information there, face.
You can take your ass to the store and
Take
go to ARTRE clothing.com. Once again, that's ARTRE clothing.com. No, we don't sell clothing for people over here, but you can definitely go over to the store and buy some gear.
Mhm. And I believe if you want to donate, matter of fact, I ain't gonna fuck up the information like that. I'm
It's,
gonna
it's hashtag, it's partners tiers one.
yeah,
Partners
dollar
tiers one. Dollar
dollar
sign, partner tiers one. It should be on the screen somewhere. It's on the screen somewhere. So if you look around the screen, you'll definitely see it.
mm-hmm. And yeah, we're on Anchor, we're on Spotify. If y'all want to listen and you want to contribute that way, Anchor is $4.99, and I think that's everything. Tiz is so great with the logistics. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, that's his lane.
That is definitely his lane. He's the logistics master. But yeah, it's been all three of us. It's the partners, and y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all with us. I'm sorry I stole your line, face.
Oh,
You had to pick
I
one
got
thing to
plenty of
do.
lines. Got plenty of lines. Thank y'all for coming. Please come again.
All right, and I guess he could hit the. I guess he could hit the music at the end or whatever. I don't know. You gonna figure it out. You know.
See the car driving off. Peace, y'all. Thanks for coming. Tune in next week for the newest episode as well.